us, excuse me, excuse me. Let's do this. The redefinition of work. Car Conversations with Mr. Cage. The redefinition of work. I'm going to be saying this a lot in this video. In this conversation. If you would like to learn how to redefine work, which positions you for financial freedom, type work in the comment section of wherever you see in this conversation, whether it be YouTube, whether it be Facebook, whether it be LinkedIn. If you want to learn how redefining work and how to go through the process, which positions you to become financially free, please type work in the comment section of this video on whatever platform you watch it. Number one, we need to define financial freedom. We need to define that term. Then we'll define work and redefine work. I will share a lot of thoughts with you. This will be a two-part, which I'm gonna tell you is being recorded May the 17th. I'm gonna release it today because of, I won't say the sense of urgency, but I just get tired of seeing people go through these cycles. I can't use the term disheartening, but sometimes, as a leader in a specific industry, as a leader in the community, you want to see people free. You want to see people come together, work together, support each other. But for me, I want to see people live the quality of life that they're supposed to live. So once again, if you want to learn how to redefine work and position yourself for financial freedom, type work in the comment section. So as I said before, we got to redefine a couple of terms. We got to define and redefine a couple of terms. Make a note. When we define something, a term, it's not only defined by our comprehension of the term, our communication and articulation of the term. That term and the comprehension of it is truly defined by the decisions that we make and the habits that we build. Oftentimes when I'm in classroom settings, and remember the setting is most times in an academic landscape, I'll ask students, give me a definition. What does the term work mean? And they'll do this. And sometimes what happens is that they believe that I'm looking for an exact definition. And I'm really not. I'm really looking for a definition that coincides with their life experience. Excuse me, I would say sometimes as a teacher, a trainer, facilitator, water just keep dropping. Teacher, trainer, facilitator, I am looking for an exact definition, but you don't have to look it up in Wikipedia, Google, Webster's. Sometimes I am, and if I am, I'll normally confirm it with them and define it. So I got some thoughts from one of my colleagues, Peter Gwynn. And I've done this. I've talked about work before and used his work and illustration as a reference. But it's different now because it's 2025. I have a deeper depth of comprehension associated with the term and the concept itself, in addition to the economic climate changing. That's one piece I would want to harp on about to you is when external, or in this case, the economic climate changes, it warrants us to change. In an ideal situation, we want to be proactive and progressive in our personal, professional, spiritual as well, mental, physical, social, financial, and emotional growth and development. Our goal, ideally, is to be proactive and progressive, which positions us so our backs won't be against the wall. We won't have to execute or come up with these emergency plans because we are reacting to external or economic change, the climate itself. We cannot work the same way, y'all. We cannot work the same way. If we choose to work the same way, the results will be the same, and the quality of life that we desire will not manifest, because the cost of living is increasing for various reasons. Won't get into those details. I don't necessarily have it in me to do, because that's not the purpose of this conversation. The purpose of the conversation is to redefine work, to liberate you, to help you reposition to experience the quality of life that you're supposed to experience. And that quality of life can be associated with a certain level of finances, but most importantly, it's associated with freedom. The ability to do what you want to do, when you want to do it, in moderation. My goal is to always give people options. My goal is to never persuade or convince. My goal is to always educate, which results in people having options. But we cannot afford to work the same way. I'm going to end up talking about value too. It's probably going to be a 3-part because I have a lot to say in efforts to help you. Once again, if you want to connect with me to learn how to redefine work to liberate yourself financially, type work in the comment section. I am going to touch on value in these series. Be ready for that. But again, as I harp and I go into this not brief definition, but some statements from my associate Peter Wynn, I'm emphasizing to you that we cannot work the same way, because though the money look the same as far as the exchange from your customers or your organization's hand to you, after you receive it, it's not going to do the same thing. It's going to take more of those dollars to do what you normally do. That equates to either some people will either think in their mind, A, go back to school, B, work more hours, or C, get another job. I'm going to give you some options where you don't have to consider those three. Maybe you may want to consider getting some additional education or some type of certification in your particular field. However, after these 3 conversations, you will have another option. Let me give you this and then we'll shut this conversations down. Let me give you this. I'm quoting Peter Gwynn. The reason why most people do not achieve financial freedom, which, check it out, we usefully define as the point when your passive, put this in caps, PASSIVE, your passive income per year equals, or I'm going to take out equals, and I will say to you exceeds your living expenses. So you no longer have to work, quotation marks, for a living. Work in the verb tense. Work meaning an action that you performing or something that you do. Service. Again, your passive income per year exceeds your living expenses, so you no longer have to work for a living. Is that they spend their intellect, energy, effort, and creativity not in the direction of capital creation or definement. This is why, as he states, most people don't achieve financial freedom, is because they spend, I won't say invest, and I may give you this investment thought too, they spend their intellect, energy, efforts, and creativity not in the direction of capital creation or refinement. So check it out. I believe that we are always creating. I believe that we are always creating. I don't believe that we are always refining, but I do believe that we are always creating. However, in some cases, it results in intellectual property. Because we don't understand the importance of intellectual property, but the organizations, the corporations that we work for, or that we associate ourselves with do, those entities use the intellectual property that we create. We are always creating. One of the problems that surface is, drum roll, our creations are services, but they are not products. This is Mr. Cage, part 1. Car Conversations. The redefinition of work. Once again, if you want to connect to learn more or how to, type work in the comment section. I want you to get liberated. I want us to be liberated together. Remember, be great at what you do, but aim to be greater at who you are.